All aboard and welcome to our podcast, GoddeSShips. Tonight's episode, March Madships. March Madness. Are we talking about sports or no? For those of you who are returning, thank you for your continued support and welcome back. And for those of you who are just joining us, welcome and we hope to see you back again. Goddesses and guys, remember that we are also available wherever you listen to your podcast, and you can always watch us here on YouTube. I am Keely, the Soul Snatching Goddess.
And I am Melinda, the FACKTgoddess, F.A.C.K.T. And we'd like to thank you for joining our podcast this evening. We want you to like, share, and subscribe, and bang on the notification bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when we have new episodes.
Hello, world. I'm FloydGod.
All right, time for a little quick shirt cam. I will big myself up really quickly. So mine is just some regular old GoddeSShip merch. Just GoddeSShips with our logo because every ship matters. All ships ain't the same, and life is lived on ships. All right. Has anybody else got any shirt cam?
I'm just Howarding.
Oh, well, come on, Howarding. Oh. The act of arrogantly, obnoxiously, and braggadociously walking around with your head held high, knowing that nobody does it better than you. Oh.
Ow!
Well, excuse us, HU.
You know.
All right, I feel that, honey. All right, well, tonight, FACKTgoddess is giving it to us. So take it over.
All right. So March Madness is, commonly known for the NCAA division basketball tournament that goes on in March. It was so much. I couldn't write it all down. So I got to make reference to different things on my handy dandy. So the first NCAA division men's basketball tournament was played in 1939. It had 8 teams. And then by 1951, it grew to 16 teams. And then in 1975, it doubled to 32 teams. And by 1985, it expanded to its current size of 64 teams. The term March Madness was first used in reference to basketball by an Illinois high school official, Henry V. Porter, in 1939. But it wouldn't become associated with the NCAA tournament until Brent Musburger, don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, used it during coverage of the 1982 tournament. There's an anthem called One Shining Moment, and it was first aired following the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 1987. So that is what most of the world knows about the whole March Madness thing. And if I'm saying it correctly, they set the 64 teams are put in what they call brackets, and they people even bet and guess who they think is going to win each round and that type of thing. But it's basically overall a single elimination tournament. So it goes from the 64 to the 32 to the 16 to the 8 to the 4 and then to the 2 for someone to take home the championship. So if there's any basketball fans, or probably Floyd, even you, I don't know how much of a basketball fan you are, but you probably know more about the technicalities than I do. I'm just kind of reading what I found from the research. Um, but what I'm going to cover about March Madness is how it affects people in their relationships physically and emotionally, spiritually, and um, neurologically, the brain, the mind. And then I'm going to give some a suggestion they have for a March Madness date and some ideas of how to have some fun with dating coupons or love notes.
Mm.
I was like, oh, okay. So when we're speaking of physically and emotionally, I found an article in Women's Health magazine. And it says, is March Madness good for your relationship? It's impossible to set foot in a bar this time of year without being bombarded by college basketball games. Yep, March Madness is upon us. And while watching NCAA tournament games may get in the way of your regularly scheduled date night, that's not necessarily a bad thing, particularly if you and your person watch them together. Maybe that's why so many of my friends, the person that wrote the article said this, are still dating or married to their college sweethearts. They root for the same team. So here's how the big game keeps you happily united. Three things. One, buzzer beaters increase bonding hormones. So there is a hormone called, I don't know how you pronounce this, it's Oxytocin.
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin. You
Mhm.
familiar?
Yes.
Bonding hormone for you. Okay. I love it.
Girl, you gotta know about this stuff.
Yeah. So oxytocin is the bonding hormone that washes over your brain when you and your person rock the bed springs. That's why scientists call it the love hormone. And now researchers from the Netherlands think it plays a role in sports. According to the theory, the hormone provides the trust and cohesion athletes need to bond with teammates. And it comes out during nail biting moments, like when the shot clock's running low and the point guard's trying to shake a defender long enough to pull a jumper. So when you and your person watch a game together, you're bonding, or more
Mhm.
specifically, you're getting high on the same hormones you feel during sex. I don't know.
Oxytocins and dopamines. Yes, ma'am.
You think people really get like that from watching the game together?
Yes. And especially if it's a heightened game, or even if y'all are on rooting for rival teams, because one of y'all is like, woo, and the other, and you like, I told you. So you like all in each other's faces. It's a lot. Yeah,
It'll happen, huh?
it can happen.
Okay. Well, that kind of, I guess what you just said about the opposing teams or whatever, kind of segues into the next point they make. Your fellow fans keep you both happy and healthy. Cheering for a team is not the same as playing for a team, but it could provide some of the same biophysical advantages. A classic study from the Journal of Sport and Social Issues found that the social aspects of being a fan could help fight depression, and a
Mm-hmm.
2010 analysis of nearly 150 studies found that forming solid connections with friends, neighbors, and colleagues, be it through sport or some other function, can decrease your chances of death from any cause by 50% over a set period of time. Longer life means more time together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thoughts, comments on that one? I don't know.
I don't know about
Okay.
that
And then the third point they make in this article is a victory might get you laid.
Oh.
California researchers found that men's testosterone levels were 30% higher immediately after playing a game of soccer. Even an hour after the game ended, levels were 15% above baseline. And what's testosterone do for guys? It boosts their libido. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Another study from the University of Utah found that guys don't even have to play to see the effect. If his team wins, just watching the game could boost his testosterone. The upshot is he's more likely to throw you over his shoulder and carry you off to the bedroom after the final buzzer. That gives you a whole new reason to cheer for his college team. Go!
uh,
Do you find any truth in that, Floyd?
Nah, I haven't been in that realm. I like my football, but never got that excited. I mean, if I'm a hit, I'm a hit. So the
Okay.
Bears, they never made me want to beat nothing up. I probably wouldn't beat it up for the game start.
Oh, okay.
Can't really agree with that one. That might be for those others, not for the brothers. So,
Yeah, absolutely true.
I don't know too many brothers that play football. I know brothers play football.
Mhm.
So, oh no.
There is a difference.
Come on, Becky, you ain't won the game. Come on.
Oh.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
Well, sounds a lot true. It
Yeah,
sounds
no,
truthful.
that's why I'm a little tickled.
Football.
So I also found in my research that this is an article in the Gospel Coalition, and it speaks on the spiritual effect of March Madness. It's entitled "Why Do We Love March Madness?"
Put Jesus in the basketball.
It says millions of people will check their brackets daily, if not hourly. Yes, both the serious bracket and the for fun bracket. That becomes our serious bracket when it turns out better than the original. For 3 straight weekends, sports fans will be glued to their screens watching the unfolding drama of this American sports holiday. All over the country, fans are nervous. I'm not joking. They're nervous in their guts. They want their team to win so badly. They watch the games and yell at their televisions. No, yes. Kids are crying in fear. Wives are running for more nachos. It's chaos. It's madness. I had a visual of a wife running in the kitchen for more nachos. I just like, really?
And the
And kids
father
don't know
son
what's
is
going on.
Villanova.
So it says, but what if we view the experience through different lenses? What if we use the madness of the big dance to gain insight into our nature as humans? um our attraction to March Madness reveals at least 4 things about our humanity. One, we want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. It says in 2019, fans filled out over 70 million brackets. For perspective, President Biden received over 81 million votes in 2020. In 2016, President Trump received 63 million. In 2012, President Obama received 66 million. If the NCAA bracket ran as a third party candidate, this would have been the first year in history it wouldn't have won. Why do we love it so much? For one, March Madness allows us to participate in something bigger than ourselves. We're not on the court, but filling out a bracket gives us some skin in the game alongside with millions of others. When we're a part of something bigger than ourselves, we are experiencing life. So that was the first point. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. I can kind of see that for some people. I'm not that type of fan, but I have witnessed March Madness fans, and they start preparing in February. It'd be real, like, you know what I'm saying? So the second thing is we love to celebrate. Picture this: your team drills a half court shot to win the game. What happens next? The winning team sprints onto the court, sometimes accompanied by fans. They scream and jump around like it's the biggest moment of their lives. You may do the same thing from the privacy of your living room. To resist celebration will leave us feeling like we had one last piece of a puzzle that we just decided not to fit into place. So, I've seen that too.
When you
The
said like it's the
celebration
last,
and the
when you said like it's the best moment of their life, all I thought about was Al Bundy. It was Polk High, 1978, in the last game, because that's all he can talk about.
4 touchdowns.
He did the winning touchdown.
Now, again, I'm not a March Madness person in particular, but I can't remember moments like that for me, like watching an HBCU game, like against a rival and wanting to win, and you know what I'm saying, feeling all those emotions and excitement and disappointment and everything that goes along with whether or not you win or lose. So I guess I can get it from that perspective if I align it like that. And I didn't write them down, but I know when the number starts decreasing, each little number has a name. Like I know it's Final Four, I remember that. And I know they call the 8 something and the 6 Sweet 16 maybe. I can't remember what the 8 is, but at any rate, I'm just saying how serious it is. And
It's Elite 8.
The Elite 8. Oh,
and the Sweet 16. Okay.
Is the 32 called anything?
Not that I know of. It might be.
I don't think so. I think that's too high up. You don't get recognized yet.
I'm not sure.
But just like how in that article they said it was an American holiday, like these folks are for real about this, and you better not say nothing. So I get them saying we love to celebrate. Number 3 is we crave hope. You will hope during the tournament. It may be for dumb things relative. It may be for dumb things, but you'll hope nonetheless. You'll hope this team loses and that team wins. You'll hope that desperation, that step back 3 is nothing but net, or puts a crack in the backboard.
Dang.
Whoever wrote this said, personally, I hope to end my wife's 7-year run as the best bracket picker in our house. Oh my goodness.
Wonder what they betting on.
Right. For the people of the world, hope is to want something to happen or be true, and to think that it could happen or be true. Watch how a month of basketball reveals what we hope in all of us, from the most religious to the least. We are inescapably hopeful creatures. Yeah, hoping, wishing, betting. I guess it all falls in the same category because, again, they be serious about it.
Yes, and it's people that watch the games of the people that they don't want to win because they be like, that make our team. If they lose, then that push our team to this. And if they win, then we hear, they be all. I was like, yeah, y'all is. If y'all was doing some math, y'all wouldn't even get this, but y'all got it now. These equations.
And I think they do it across the board in all sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Especially football, I know they do it because I ain't vote for. I ain't ain't neither one of them my team, but I'm trying to see who's gonna win, so I know what's gonna happen. And I'm like, this is great. They be so serious, and it's not just men either, because I got a female cousin who is off the meter when it comes to like football and basketball season.
Yeah, and college football too.
Mm-hmm.
It's woof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then don't have them house divided tags because one went to this school and one went to that school.
They dressed in the paraphernalia and everything. It goes down.
Mm-hmm.
4, we love to see the underdog succeed. It says you'll probably see the clip of Bryce Drew's 1998 shot to lift Valparaiso over Ole Miss a dozen times over the next few weeks. This iconic moment represents something most of us hope for: the triumph of the little guy. A school of 800 students. I need to look this up. I'm sorry. I had a fat goddess moment. It says a school of 800 students failing, but it's spelled FELLING. The perennial powerhouse armed to the teeth with future pros. So I surmise that a small team beat a big team, and it was an upset in 1998. And it says, why do we love this scenario?
Like cut down.
Huh?
Cut down. So
that's what it means.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Failing the perennial powerhouse. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we love this scenario? Because we love a good underdog story. And when the underdog wins, it's madness. It really is. Oh my God, the greatest upset in history. I think they say that for all of the wins. It's like, well, we got a whole bunch of historical greatest moments in history.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the 4 things that they say come from like a spiritual space. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. We love to celebrate. We crave hope, and we love to see the underdog succeed. Now, any comments, questions? Not questions, concerns. Not concerns, because I can't answer that. I didn't write the article.
Well, I do know and this is not with basketball, but with our high school football team, all the years before us, they did relatively well. For some reason, when I'm a senior, our football team sucked ass. Oh my God, they couldn't win to save their life. And so I wasn't really like, because we were a black high school, so we went more for the band and the dancing at halftime than actually going for football. But I at least wanted them to win homecoming.
Right.
And everybody was like, man, we're going to lose at homecoming. Like, how are we going to lose homecoming? This is going to be tragic. Seniors, all that. I was like, So I'm so messy and such a mess. It was so me and like 3 of my friends, we went to like the 3 supposed to be best players, best of the worst players on the football team. We was like, listen, if y'all win homecoming, we're going to be y'all entourage for like the whole week. And so this dumb as a box of rocks football player was like, y'all gonna be our entourage. That think about what he think we talking about. But y'all gonna be our entourage. We like, yeah, we gonna be your entourage because we know what entourage meant.
Right.
But you thinking about something else. But we let you keep thinking it. The whole week he was like, y'all playing with us, y'all playing with us. Y'all ain't finna be no entourage for nobody. We like, we gonna be the entourage for your ass for a whole week. He like, man, how about that one homecoming? Baby, he came, he was like, y'all ready to be my entourage? We was like, yeah, we gonna follow you around. You want us to touch your books? We laughing at your jokes. He was like, what y'all talking about? We were like, your entourage. He was like, that ain't what no damn entourage is, man. Like, he was 38 hot.
All we
Period.
heard was Minaj. That's all I heard was
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was the funniest thing because he was so mad at us for about 2 weeks. He's like, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Y'all don't need to say nothing to me. Y'all trick me. Ain't nobody trick you just because you know.
Yeah. Y'all know y'all tricked him.
No, 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 no. Get your dictionary. What you say? Hand it down to Merriam Webster or somebody. They ain't got nothing to do with me. He was so mad. That is not what that is. All I cared about was you won homecoming. Thank you so very much. And that was the only game they won the
That's a
whole season.
shame. A whole shame.
Oh, woo, that was the best though.
Hey, encouraged. They were encouraged.
Reading and knowing your words is fundamental.
garage, garage,
Huh?
and garage.
That's what.
So another article I found talked about it happens because of neurological reasons. It's that time of the year. This was in the Washington Post. It's that time of the year, March Madness, and madness seems an apt name for the waves of ecstatic, trance-adoring fandom that ripple across America. In fact, it goes well beyond the United States. I have Italian friends in Italy that spend their nights glued to the TV screen to watch the American college teams battle. Despite the 6 to 9 hour time difference between the United States and Italy. Why are we so passionate about sports? Why does watching someone else play basketball or tennis or soccer or football, to name a few, give us such strong feelings? Even when our team or favorite athlete is on the losing side, we crave more. Despite negative emotions, we can't wait for the next game, the next match, the next NCAA tournament. The answer is complex and requires us to look at human nature from a range of perspectives. One vantage point is neuroscience, in particular, the study of mirror neurons. These are brain cells that have surprising properties that go against our scientific intuitions about how the brain should work. So we tend to think that the brain is a machine that receives inputs, processes those inputs, and spits out a response. I see you waving at me. I decide that it's a nice gesture that I want to reciprocate, and I wave back at you. There is perception, vision in this case, seeing you waving at me, cognition, interpreting the gesture and deciding what to do to respond to it, and finally, action, making the waving gesture back at you. It's all nicely serial, one thing preceding the next one or following the previous one. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Except that it's all wrong. Our brains don't seem to think that that's the best way to get things done. Indeed, our brain contains mirror neurons in a number of brain areas. These brain cells fire when I see you waving at me and also when I am waving back at you. Mirror neurons pepper many brain areas that control our movements, from grasping to reaching to moving our eyes. Their astonishing properties tell us that when I see you moving your body, it is as if I see my own body moving, reflected by a mirror. The minds of men are mirrors to one another, wrote a philosopher, David Hume, centuries ago. Modern neuroscience has discovered that he was right all along. When we watch the players battling on the court, cutting across the defense with a no look pass, shooting from the 3 point line, or blocking a shot of another player, mirror neurons make us literally feel what the player is feeling, to a milder degree, of course. Our brains are reenacting internally what we watch. It is as if we are almost playing the game ourselves. We try to mimic what the athletes are doing. For example, have you ever found yourself making a little jump when a player from your team is doing a jump shot? No wonder we become so engaged in the games, or that we spend our time and energy watching them. There's more. When we watch the game, other people are doing the same. They are as transported into the action as we are. Other people watching the game will unthinkingly mimic the little jump just as we do. We mirror the actions and emotions of the game together and with other people, and our mirror neurons make us reflect the other sport fans as well. That's kind of interesting.
You know they
And I'm like, when they said that about the jump shot, I thought about it. I was like, you do see people doing that. And if they standing up, they do jump.
mm-hmm.
Or in their chair, they lift up. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't, this whole mirror neuron is a literal new thing for me. I didn't know it was literally that was making you do it. But why do we have mirror neurons in our brains to begin with? What's the adaptive advantage of having these cells? There are multiple benefits. First of all, we learn by observing others. This is important in navigating novel social situations when we don't know exactly how to behave and yet do want to blend with others. Mirror neurons are also important for learning skills. And indeed, learning by observation is a crucial aspect of learning how to play sports. Especially for beginners, coaches often prefer their students not to overthink how to make a shot, but rather just to observe how a skilled player, usually the coach, does it. But above all, mirror neurons make us connect emotionally with others. When I watch your smiling face, the mirror neurons for smiling fire up in my own brain, and I immediately feel what you feel. This is widely believed to be the very first step for empathy, for the human capacity to experience what others are experiencing and eventually help them if needed. Indeed, studies have shown that the more active our brain areas with mirror neurons when we watch others' actions and emotions, the more empathetic we are. When we watch sports, all these functions engage. Mirroring actions and moving our bodies together with others gives us a sense of togetherness, a sense of communion with others, a sense of belonging to a larger entity than ourselves that reminds us of ancient rituals that have disappeared in our society. Thus, sports help fill the need we have to connect with others, the desire for a transient but thrilling moment. No wonder we want more. So, when you find yourself mimicking somebody, now you know it's because of your mirror neurons that's peppered all around your brain.
So
Do
you
you
like
mimic?
you be like,
Do you mimic Soul Snatching Goddess when you're
yeah.
watching sports?
I don't know about when watching sport. Well, maybe so, because if it's like one of them real intense jumpers that they need to hit, I might lean back when they do that. When they lean back into it, be like, yeah, yeah. We both fell into that shot.
Right. What about you, Floyd God?
Um, I'm a football person, so like pro football games, if it's like the game is on the line and the quarterback throws a pass, they're like threading the needle. It's like a few seconds on the clock trying to see. I might lean back or I might lean forward. You know, I might be like, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Just
Or one of them hard hits.
oh no, I enjoy those.
Oh
I
Lord.
enjoy those. I enjoy those. I want to see carnage, so I enjoy those.
Oh, that's why you like football then.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing people balls get broke, all that.
Oh,
Especially
most people that prefer football do enjoy it in that way.
yeah, especially if they play for the Packers. I want them to die. So
Uh,
Dang.
yeah, break his vertebrae in his career. I don't care. Shit in the bag.
I
I don't care.
I used to
Uh,
deal with a football coach. Well, he was a former like college football player, and then he tried to make pro and had too many ailments, and that didn't work out. So he ended up becoming like a career coach for like high school.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to debate all the time because he would tell me how he spoke to the players, and I'm like, but they're kids. This ain't professional football.
Okay.
It's a whole different culture.
Yeah.
And he was like, you don't understand because you don't know nothing about football and you're not a football coach. And I'm like, well, I know who the quarterback is, and them people in the front, it's linemen, it's a defensive line, offensive line. He used to get so irritated, but I was like, why do you have that? Is the parents okay with you talking to their kids like that? And he was like, yeah, they know what it is.
Some parents are, some parents aren't. It depends on what parent it is. So.
And them parents that don't, they be like, well, take your kids on. And the kids be like, it's okay, mom.
That is crazy to me. Like, he cusses at him.
Yeah. Girl, cussing at them is good. It's something that hit them. What you mean?
And then he was telling me they encourage their people to hurt the other people. Like, you better
take his
tackle them so hard. Yeah. I'm like, that is madness. Now that's madness.
They got on pads.
Football is a contact sport. It's a physical contact sport. That's part of the game.
So okay, but still the confusing part for me is I understand it's a contact sport, but do you literally want them to like break a leg or bust a rib?
Because if that person can't play, that increases your chances of winning the game in regards to football.
Hey,
so
y'all
if
some savages.
So hard that you got a shit in the bag, then I ain't got to worry about you catching the pass in the next play.
That is savage. That is so savage. Oh my God. And then he was telling me how when players get hurt, they be so mad, they be crying and everything because they still want to play. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hurt? Like you can't walk because your ankle's messed up. Mm-hmm. Let me out there, coach.
Or broke.
This is crazy.
The whole mentality. You spent thousands of hours working out, doing routines, catching balls, 3 techniques, whatever your position is. You put in all that work to win. So you've conditioned yourself, so to speak. So now you've been injured and you have that mindset that all you work for is for naught. So you still want to try to play if you can. You know, it's the athlete mentality. Mm-hmm. Not all athletes are like that. You got some dudes hurt themselves like,
but or they play hurt because they be like, this person getting the best of me. I'm
yeah, you know, so that's true. So
get him out of here because he's gonna keep putting me back.
It depends on the drive you have to win, you know, your ambition level and what drives you to win. How bad do you want to win? Some people really love the game, you know.
Right.
Just like anything else. You love it so much, you might be willing to do things outside of yourself. You know. So yeah. A lot of people play hurt. Mm-hmm. Hear about it all the time.
Well, I know basketball can get physical too, but I definitely know it's not the same thing as the contact sport of football.
Football, you can end up in a wheelchair when we hit you right.
Oh Lord, that's just way too much.
Like little Chris off Boys in
the Hood. And then I know this is a sidebar, but he was telling me how they talk to each other on that line, you know, the defensive and the offensive. Mm-hmm. He was like, you talk about people's mamas, you don't care if they dead or not, all kinds of stuff. I was like, this is crazy. I'm talking about, we used to debate so hard when I first met him. I was like, I cannot believe this.
So what you thought he was gonna change?
You gotta get in their head. Huh? Whatever it takes to get into that person's head.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Throw them off. So if you know that, you know, Ray cousin just got shot 3 days ago, you might be like, I'm all in your face like them bullets was. You know what I'm saying?
My God. See, that is so savage. I know, but still. Oh God.
I'm trying to win the game.
That is savage.
So, you know.
Yeah, I tell you, don't let nobody knock you off your square.
Yeah, you gotta be strong mentally and physically because people will get in your head. You ever watch football and they show you them close-ups right before they hike the ball? Mm-hmm. If you can really see it, you can see them sometimes saying little stuff, or you can hear they be mic'd up. Sometimes you can hear them say little stuff on the field. They don't be no blue 42. They be calling each other motherfuckers, all types of stuff.
That is crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm glad ain't no football madness, because people would probably really be dying and crippled for life.
Yeah, they can never get that physical to basketball. Football, though, I'm all for it. Break a leg, fine, it's great.
And they have done a lot of, even though it's still very physical, they've done a lot of changes to their rules too, like protecting the quarterback and roughing the passer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember when that information came out about concussions, like how common they are and how they used to be ignored, pretty much.
Cats that killed themselves. What's fam name? He used to play for the Bears. Doug Williams. I know his name was Doug or something, but he ended up killing himself, shot himself. It was because he had CTE. Yeah. Matter of fact.
Yep, that chop blocking and all that stuff. All that used to be permissible, and now it's not.
Now, when I was a shorty, love football. He was killing them. Dave Dorson. It was Dave Dorson. He used to play for the Bears. He killed himself. CTE.
That's a lot.
No. He died of cancer. No, I got the wrong person. It was a dude that played for the Bears. Wait a minute. He killed himself. Yeah, that was him.
It was him?
Yeah, he shot himself in the chest.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he wouldn't mess up the brain tissue because he was trying to get people to find out that he had CTE. Like, that CTE ain't no joke. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, he was still thinking in his death.
Sort of. But
I mean, because like if you thinking, don't damage that. Let me do here so I know I'm gonna die. But
yeah, there was some point of clarity.
Yeah.
But like a lot of them old players, your Lyle Zato, Brian Boswell, all the cats from back in the day, like them cats had issues, from getting hit. But I digress because that ain't what we're talking about. But the carnage was real, and I enjoy it, and I wish they go back to it. I mean, that's what you signed up for. I don't know. Especially if you play for the Packers.
Dang, what did the Packers do to you?
I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so we hate Packers.
Oh,
that's a rivalry.
Yeah, we hate them. We hate them like fat kids hate Weight Watchers. We hate them.
All I remember doing saying the Bears.
We hate the Packers. Hate them.
Wow. No earthly idea, but now I know the hate is real.
You're a real Chicagoan. You hate the Packers.
You can tell because you said that with all seriousness.
Yeah, if I could, look, I can't say because I don't want to. You can be charged for things that you say.
It runs deep. The hate runs deep.
Opportunity to take Aaron Rodgers out of here, I would send him to the upper room. With no
not the upper room.
The upper room.
Okay. I'm gonna move on now.
Hate the Packers. Cut his Achilles if I could. I can't stand him.
Just get the flow. Bloom.
I swept on Lord. I hate that man. I hate the Packers. I hate them.
How to endure the madness of game season on your relationship.
Don't play for the Packers.
So Valentine's Day is over. What is the next holiday we look to for celebration and revelry? Hold on, leprechauns. Not so fast. Moreover, St. Patty's Day. No, move over St. Patty's Day. Because intermixed with Kiss Me, I'm Irish is March Madness. Well, for some, not all. For sure, not all of the country becomes frazzled in the frenzy of what they call bracketology. But for many of you married partners or people in a partnership, Your person has been drooling with excitement and anticipation for the past week or two about the upcoming tip-offs, I should say. 32 tip-offs in the first 2 days of the NCAA basketball tournament. It says, 1, don't take it personally. It is what it is. This is not about you. And they got that in all caps. Really, just like we sometimes perceive dirty socks on the floor or yellow dribbles on the toilet seat. As I didn't read that part.
Wait a minute.
You got yellow dribbles on your toilet seat. You got a lot more than March Madness to be worried about. Y'all conversation.
Oh my God, I gotta see what they're saying. Or yellow dribbles on the toilet seat as a message, mostly perceived as your time doesn't matter. Why should I clean up when I know you will? In a negative manner, you might be reading more into this tournament of hoops than is really warranted. Your partner's attention will not be completely focused on you. So what?
And it ain't completely focused on getting the pee in the hole either.
What kind of animal marking territory shit is that?
I'm not gonna lie, I was skimming through this and I took the main points. I didn't read the body.
I'm gonna piss on the seat and make a message. What kind of message?
You read too much into it. You reading too much into it.
Am I reading too much into it?
No, I'm saying that's what it says.
That's what they said. No,
Don't
so
read.
what? So what if they dribble on the toilet seat?
Ain't no message.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's this? And I said, oh, it's just a little piss, honey. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It's March Madness.
you reading too much into this.
Go ahead, sit on it. It's okay. It's just March Madness. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh.
Sit on the piss for good luck.
Oh my God.
16. Come on.
Yeah.
Dribble on the
Sorry, folks, viewers. I should have delved a little deeper into this last article. We do not agree at all. Let's see what 2 has to offer. Plan your own me time activities. March Madness might be just the perfect time for a spa day or 4 in a row, a shopping trip, curling up with a good book, a gal pal getaway to the tropics, or just the right amount of time to binge watch a rom-com Netflix series.
This for the ladies?
It got to be.
Nurture your inner goddess or God.
It's got to be for the women. And then they like, he distracted. Get his card and y'all go on a girls trip.
Call your side piece.
Baby, because the getaway to the tropics, whoa, he's really watching TV.
March Madness is side nigga season.
Huh?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
March Madness is side nigga season. You want to hook up with your side person, March Madness is your time. By the time you get from 32 to 4, you done all type of stuff in, up, and off the floor.
Y'all could have took a whole trip to the tropics.
Yeah, you know how it
goes. Friends.
You know how it goes. Took that
okay.
Trip.
3 is join in the fun. Go ahead, fill out a bracket, make a wager with your partner prior to the tournament, and then have fun with it. Part of the madness comes from the unforeseeable upsets in the tournament anyway. Not even the ESPN analysts can count on having the market cornered on a pretty bracket. You just might beat your partner, and if not, hooray for trying. You want to join in and do a bracket? Mine would definitely be based on luck because I would have no idea what any team is capable of doing. And from what I saw, there's 2 teams paired together. There's 32 on one side and 32 on another side. So what is that, like East and West or something like that?
It's like conferences.
Oh.
Conferences, something like that.
And then from this game, one moves on up. And from this game, one moves on up.
Yeah, it goes up to down to the
I'm
two.
usually the guy on the trip during March Madness, so I don't know.
So I was like, oh, okay. That's a lot of money floating around. I can see how people make money off of that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They do it for football too, though.
A lot of people
Now
like home.
I've seen the
Yeah.
football one.
Yeah, this
The
particular
squares. They
season,
usually
like,
do the squares.
Yeah,
Where
all
you,
the football squares, yeah.
where you get where you guess the score.
Mm-hmm.
Because honey, the first time I played a square, I didn't know it was what it is at the end of the quarter. So my numbers had hit. There was like still 3 minutes left in the quarter. I was hollering and screaming and showing my paper, and everybody was looking like, girl, the quarter ain't even over yet. And I was with Karen, and she was like, Melinda, you gotta wait till the end of the quarter. I said, well, why didn't somebody else tell me that? She was like, because they enjoy you making a fool out of yourself. Yeah, needless to say, I didn't win at the end of the quarter. I was like, the payout should have been when they first scored. No. Number 4, schedule special couple time for just the two of you. You can try to be brave and work it into the schedule of games. That said, couple cuddle time on the couch might involve one partner wearing headphones with the iPad tuned to Netflix while the other is entranced by the game on the TV. But hey, if your legs are touching, that's a plus. If you are really on top of your planning, then you already anticipated this event weeks ahead of time and have prepped by spending time together during the weekend before March Madness. If not, well, there's always April.
Whoever wrote that, single as hell.
But wait, you know what I thought about when it said cuddle time on the couch? I thought about you saying upstairs.
Upstairs, but that's where you need to be. Because if you go downstairs, if somebody really into that, the March Madness sports, and you come down there trying to do all that old book, you're gonna be single real fast.
Yeah, why are you
what about the part about wearing the headphones and the legs touching?
No.
Why? Because they want to be up engaged in the game. Why are you touching them?
Won't you nowhere near?
We've already had this discussion in a similar manner.
That's why you have to have somebody need to be upstairs. Somebody need to be downstairs.
I just got one more question though. If you're literally, whoa, whatever sport. Well, I know we talking about March Madness, but let's just talk about a person that's into their sport. If your significant other, if your SO wants to come and be in your space while you are in this vibrant energy and is not saying anything to you, but just wants a little arm or leg touch.
I don't got no space. I'm gonna slap you. Bow. When I jump, bow, you're gonna get hit. Because I forgot you was over there.
In layman's terms, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Upstairs.
Go take your girls' trip. Bye.
Either go to the upper room or go to the upper room. That's it. Because nobody want to be bothered with that. Everybody trying to cuddle and they
y'all some pit bulls. Y'all some pit bulls.
That's not no pit bulls. No. That is giving somebody their damn space. Like, and it ain't like this is year round.
But it's almost a whole month.
On the weekends.
No, you
cuddle with me during the week. Put your leg on me on Tuesday. Leave me alone on Saturday.
Listen, it's like this. Here's the best analogy I can give you. It's like a woman going to the gynecologist and they got you in the stirrups and they getting ready to go in with the pack, right? And all of a sudden your man come in like, hey baby, what's going on? Is it made of metal? Is that wood? How you do that? What's going on here? Right. You don't want to deal with no shit where they shoving 10 inches of iron up your ass. You don't want to talk. You don't want to deal with no shit. It's the same thing with a man watching the game.
Golly, that's a hard analogy.
But it's
But I get what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but I was
you need your space because something going up in another space, so you need some space. So you can't have that interaction. You know, you just go upstairs, go on your girls' trip.
Then you gonna be mad because he like get up off me. Like,
Right
move,
now,
hey,
you got
why
to
you got
deal
my
with
arm?
that
Why
head and
you don't
after
want me to
conversation
touch
after the
you?
game and all your feelings and all of those bullshit.
Go get them
Okay,
damn nachos, drop them off, and keep
I
it
tried
moving.
for the poodles out there. I tried to
Go
get us a little
upstairs,
bit of
close the door,
time during madness,
load
but
up
it
your
ain't gonna
Netflix,
happen.
and do whatever you gonna do.
Come through every 15 minutes and make sure he got a bill.
Or
Keep it moving.
call your
Oh,
girlfriends and go find you something to do.
Either one, that's probably the best thing.
You probably need to move around. And when you come in the house, if you come in the house and the game's still on, just shut the fuck up and go somewhere. Go
Just
upstairs.
get on
Don't
upstairs.
nobody want to hear about what you
Just sneak
bought.
all them bags you went
Don't
shopping,
right.
sneak them
Just go.
upstairs and hide them motherfuckers.
Go through the back, send them a text, I'm home, and go upstairs.
no leg touching.
Don't touch
No.
me, period. I'm watching the game.
What about during halftime?
No.
No.
The fuck? No.
No. Leave it alone.
Y'all hard, boy. Ooh, y'all hard.
No, I bet if you was able to take a poll,
Mm-hmm.
90% of men will feel the same way. And it's women who enjoy sports just the same way.
Mm-hmm.
They would say the same damn thing. I'm telling you.
So you saying the women will tell the men to go upstairs?
Yeah.
No, yeah. If he don't watch sports and she do, bye. Why is you in here?
Because sports is the ultimate distraction. So you get into it. You know what I mean? Like going back to you talking about how you moving with the jump shot and all that. You into it. You don't want nobody touchy feeling on. That's a whole nother vibe. You ain't anybody got. I ain't cuddling while you trying to kill this motherfucker in the end zone.
And then on top of it, sometimes when the woman is saying that she wants to be in that space, then she go to asking questions because she don't know shit about the game. So she like, well, what that was? Well, why they did that? Well, what they was doing when he went over there? Why they called that? Is that how many points was that? Like you doing all these questions. He don't want to answer no. This not 20 questions. Go the fuck away.
Or the extra selfish chick. You wasn't trying to fuck with me at all, none this week. But now I want to not be bothered with the game. Now you decide you want to be all affectionate and touchy feely. You don't get the fuck out of here.
And want to talk about shit that ain't got shit to do with the game.
You wait till it's time for you to watch the game. You had all week.
I think I am guilty as charged.
Girl. Hell no.
Thanks for educating me. Thanks for educating me and other poodles.
Jesus.
I'm not a man cave person. Like I don't believe in man caves. That's not my thing because I'm kind of old school. I believe in studies. Like you know what I'm saying? But that's the reason why men have man caves. You know, to get fucked win. You stay out. Go. Don't come in here. You got the whole house. You got the slot. So, you know, man or woman, you know, so no, nobody will be bothered with it. You got special people out here who can do that. I can't see the concept of cuddling up watching the game. They just don't mix.
Yeah.
You know, but it goes back to like,
y'all.
Right. But it goes back to Brad and Becky. It's like, go, come on, Becky. You know, brothers don't do that.
So I guess in this case, it's kind of goes back to the number one, don't take it personal.
Right. Jermaine Jackson, don't take it personal.
They got shit to do with you. Go
playing your own me time activities.
Yes.
Okay, it's all coming together now.
Yes. I'm watching the game go upstairs. Jermaine Jackson, don't take it personal.
So okay, we were on 4 the whole schedule special couple time. Y'all like, nah, go upstairs. So that would that also X out number 3, join in the fun?
Only if you're truly in the fun, not like I said, you down here to ask questions and I'm trying to be around you just to get on your nerves.
Right. Are you really a fan of the sport?
Exactly.
Are you knowledgeable about the game? Right? Okay. Like if you down to ask the questions and all that, then we're not enjoying nothing. If you have the same level of understanding for the game that I do, You understand? And you know what's going on, then yeah, we can enjoy the game together. They have sports couples,
Yeah.
but outside of that, upstat.
Okay. I have a broader perspective now. I appreciate y'all. That's why you
Girl.
need pit bulls and poodles.
Woo.
You
Whenever you get a man, if he into sports, I'm gonna call you every sports day and be like, get the fuck away from him.
Okay, number 5. Don't keep score. Relationships, partnerships, marriages ideally are 50-50. Ha, what a joke. All partners know that it doesn't ever work out nearly as equal, but it should average out across time. It's all about balance. During March Madness, beverage bottles and cans might go left unrecycled. Empty Dorito bags will likely not find their way to the trash can in a timely fashion. Crumbs will fall in between the couch cushions, and you might have to remind your partner to shower.
Okay, I'm not. Now, I've been trying to be neutral here, but this sounds like Chad or Heather or somebody wrote this, or you know what I'm trying to say. I bet the author's name is like Audrey or Alice or something. I'm just keeping it real because ain't nobody doing that. Don't
Who is
nobody.
the author? Let me see.
You gotta be. I don't know.
Dr. Liz.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Liz DeBoyer Kreider. She's a psychologist.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Lance, the boy that cried.
So she said, but remember that relationships are about give and take. And then she said, in all seriousness. So I think she was actually joking about the bottles in the bag. In all seriousness, relationships require work, hard work. Healthy, successful relationships thrive when partners make an intentional effort to approach life and the tasks required to enjoy life as teamwork. Events like March Madness do not create marital woes. However, the dynamics that play out during such events typically highlight relationship patterns that have become entrenched over the course of the marriage. Disagreements about divisions of labor, spending habits, or allocation of time and energy tend to reflect more deeply rooted concerns. If you find yourself emotionally affected by the amount of time and attention that is focused on things outside of the relationship, then it might be a good idea to reflect on what seems to be working and what places in the relationship might need some TLC.
And you can
Devote time to a conversation about the relationship. Your quarterly. Just don't schedule the convo during the Final Four. I kind of agree with that to a degree, because if you heated and into Final Four and you start popping off about something else, it ain't about the Final Four.
It'll be a final call.
So, y'all have any other comments on that one? So there were some fun things suggested that you can do as far as like dates or little what do you call them, coupons or love notes that I jotted down to close this out. You can find these things on thedatingdivas.com. So one of the suggestions they had for March Madness date is to align it with the whole bracket for March Madness. And so you've got like your side and your partner's side. You pick all of these things that you want to do, and you put the things in the brackets like they do the teams. So like you associate your activity with the teams, and then whatever team wins, you do that activity. Oh, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so they had stuff like go out to dinner, cuddling. What else did I see?
He gonna stop watching basketball.
Who is?
Whoever your dude is.
I'm didn't say this. I didn't say I was
saying,
doing it.
I'm not saying you, but I'm saying
Oh.
like he gonna be like, fuck March Madness. I ain't watching basketball no more.
So start wondering why he decided to go over his homie's house a lot. He don't come home on time.
Yeah, that was just one of the ideas for dating. Not, you know.
Ain't nobody.
I thought it was neat.
PSA,
Brad,
ladies, don't do that shit.
Brad and
But y'all said there's some exceptions to the rules. There are dudes that like to rub legs and cuddle while they're watching the game.
Not during basketball or
you
football.
Said it was an exception to the rules. Some people are like that.
It was probably 0.5%.
No, it's less than that.
Ain't nobody trying to get sexual watching no game.
Okay, well, let me go over the coupons, pit bulls. So while you're watching the game, if I guess you can determine how you get these coupons. So if a free throw is made, you can redeem it for a entire night of total control over the remote.
What?
If you get a post-game recap, you can score big and meet me in the bedroom for a game-ending strip show. At halftime, you can redeem your ticket or coupon for a stellar performance by moi for your eyes only. If somebody has a good pass, you get a nice pass coupon. Redeem for a pass on a chore.
How about when the game starts, you get a coupon to take your ass upstairs?
Or outside.
And the last one that I noticed is one-on-one. So when somebody's doing that one-on-one to make that series move a shot, you can redeem your coupon for an evening of a little one-on-one time with me. Wink, wink.
PSA, ladies, don't do this shit.
Look at Floyd's face.
Don't be by yourself.
So let's say she watching the game upstairs because you didn't send her upstairs, or he is Keely because you didn't send him upstairs. Let's say somebody hit a free throw. It's a game changer. And then a commercial come on. So if she bring you the free throw coupon, that's going to be a problem.
I'm going to freely throw that shit back at you. What the fuck?
But it's for one night of total control of the remote.
I got the remote because I'm in here by myself and you there by yourself. Control the remote as much as you motherfucking want.
Who debating the control of the remote? Ain't no debate.
Jesus Christ.
Ain't no debate. That's why there's more than one TV in the house. You want to watch something, take your ass upstairs. That's it. I don't need no coupon for no remote.
Mm-mm.
Now you got to agree the post-game recap is a good one.
No, it's not.
You get a game-ending strip show.
No. Listen, these things go without saying.
Mm-hmm.
But they become like fun.
No, they're not fun. They're not fun.
If you was going to strip, do the strip, period.
The fun is I watched the game, my team won or whatever, I enjoyed that experience. I'm good.
You don't need a recap.
I'm going to get that anyway, regardless. But why we got to do this on game time? See, that's infringing on that time. See, that's that bullshit. You still trying to infringe on time. Let's go back to the pap smear and the gynecologists. I'm not going to infringe on that time. Don't infringe on my time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're not going to see me in Victoria's Secret.
Y'all go hard in the paint. Y'all go hard in the paint, man.
That's the truth.
A poodle ain't got a chance. Poodle ain't got a chance.
That is trying to be manipulative at its
all
finest.
it is, trying to make it about you.
I'm trying to make this fun, hon.
Trying to make it about yourself.
Not if you the one getting the strip show or the one-on-one time.
No, I don't need all that. I got one-on-one time with ESP motherfucking N and NFL. You supposed to be with me. I'm gonna get one-on-one time. That goes without saying. It's just like I was talking about the food. When the women be trying to eat off your plate, you could have had your own shit. That's why I stab motherfuckers in the hand with forks. You're infringing on my stuff. Go upstairs. Get your own. Don't try to entice me with something I'm already gonna get.
Oh my God.
Sex is part of the contract. I'm gonna get that anyway. You just trying to
get your ass up out of there.
Oh God.
This is why relationships fail.
Woo.
All right. Well.
What's that girl name who wrote that? Alice Duperton? What's her name? She was on the ride. Whatever her name is.
Okay.
I bet she got herself.
Well, folks, I mean, the information has been presented, and this last part didn't go over too well with the pit bull. So you might want to consider who you're dating or married to before you pull out a March Madness date or love coupons.
Ladies, if interrupting a man's game is something that you dare, remind yourself to take your ass upstairs.
And for Keely, gentlemen, because she clearly wants you to go upstairs so she can watch the game.
Well, my thing is, for me, I don't always want to watch the game. I sometimes want to watch the game. But when I want to watch the game, I can watch it in your space, but I don't want to be up under you because I'm just as excited about the game because I'm participating in watching the game. I know what the game does. I know all that stuff. I ain't got to ask you that. We done did all that. So I'm there to watch the game. I'm not trying to be up under you. I don't want to do nothing. The only thing that I might ask you when I'm going to get me something to drink is, do you want something to drink?
You can't sit downstairs with me and be quiet because I'm going to see you in my peripheral and it's just not going to sit well with me. You have to be away, out of vision.
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
Outside.
Leave. Bye. Go somewhere. Take a nature walk. Get with God. Do something.
The hell?
So today's I love you, but because I didn't get anything, I chose the word madness. From old handy dandy Merriam-Webster. And it is a noun. It says the quality or state of being mad, such as a state of severe mental illness, not used technically. B, behavior or thinking that is very foolish or dangerous, extreme folly. C, ecstasy or enthusiasm. D, intense anger or rage. And then the second definition is any of several ailments of animals marked by frenzied behavior.
I can't see it. What is it?
Merriam-Webster is the who. So in this case, I believe the synonym enthusiasm is what would be used for the term when you're using it in the phrase March Madness. Mm-hmm. So for the love of God, don't think when you hear March Madness that people are crazy, dangerous, or mentally ill. It just means that they're very enthusiastic about the NCAA tournament. And that is where we're going to leave this topic tonight.
Don't think it's a bunch of black activists on the riot either, March Madness.
Or it could be march your ass out of my space. March
upstairs. before you experience the madness. March your ass upstairs. March your mad ass upstairs.
Exactly.
There you go.
Oh, okay. So sidebar when we're talking about relationships, March Madness is how upset you are when you can't sit next to your loved one and rub legs and cuddle and watch the game.
Right. Had
And guess what? You'll be all right.
relationships
Rage,
during March
intense anger.
Madness.
That's what it means for that. Rage and intense anger.
Relationships during March Madness lead to upstairs shit. That's what that is. Go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Get with yourself. Do some self-care. It's your self-care day.
Oh my
Quietly.
God. Y'all have brought tears to my eyes.
Trying to save a lot of y'all, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Any other comments, questions, or concerns about March Madness?
Mm-mm. I'm good.
Keely, take it away. I mean, Soul Snatching Goddess, take it away.
What you saying, Floyd?
I was just saying today, I think the first day of spring, ain't it?
Yes.
It is.
This is technically the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Before we go, Floyd, I just want to recognize your new background over there. Look real nice.
Okay.
I'm trying to do something different.
Giving us a whole new look.
Adding a little feng shui to my digital persona.
Yes.
It's
I'm
nice.
trying to find one with some little people dancing. I get that one, boys.
Oh my God.
Had the little people behind me, they be doing like this. I'm gonna find it. If I had to make one myself, I'm gonna find it.
Well, I'm gonna need you to forewarn me before you do that, so that I can get my mental together. Because I'm gonna be laughing and unable to concentrate from looking at.
She will experience a state of severe mental illness.
I got a whole bunch of little people with me in the room. I'll be upstairs my damn self.
Oh God.
Upstairs.
A whole mess. Lord.
Man.
All right. Well, are all hearts and minds clear?
I'm upstairs.
I had something, but I can't think of it now. I've been mentally assaulted by going upstairs.
Well, all right. That concludes our show for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us as we do our best to give you the content that you deserve. Feel free to keep the conversation going below. We do read them and respond. Again, thanks for watching. If you have not, make sure to thumbs up this video, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe, and click or bang that notification bell so that you're notified when we have new episodes. We will see you next Monday, 9 p.m. on GoddeSShips, because every ship matters.
All ships aren't the same.
And life is lived on ships in the upper level.
Good.
Take y'all ass upstairs.